Hey rookies, what's up? Welcome to this edition of the Bourbon Rookie, where I'm trying to get my mojo back. If you watched my last video, I kind of took a month hiatus, not on purpose, but it just ended up that way, and I kind of lost my train of thought on video and where I wanted to go with certain videos. So what I decided to do was, because my last video I vlogged and I incorporated E.H. Taylor, I kind of wanted to do a video that incorporated that. So for whatever reason, there's no method to the madness here. So I figured I would do a bottle and bond, a tasting, if you will, a blind tasting of whatever bottle and bonds I had in my collection, and this is what I came up with on a quick look. So, you know, hopefully this will allow me to continue on better planning my videos. I will say that I'm not really giving you anything new other than what other people do. I'm not really incorporating the newer releases, as I continually mention. I'm just doing something for fun here. So what's new to the mix is Cooper's. I just wanted to touch on this briefly because I've been, when I started doing these videos just as a hobby, I think I started right around, or I did a video for Valentine's Day where you take, like, I was looking at magazine articles or Google articles about chocolate and whiskey and pairings in particular that they recommended, and Cooper's happened to be one of them. And I forget what they paired it with, like a dark chocolate with some type of an orange flavoring to it. And I couldn't find Cooper's in my local market. Now, granted, I didn't go to every store around the block, but it wasn't something that was easily accessible, so I was able to get this online. So I was pretty happy about that, and I'm actually tasting this for the first time in a blind somehow. So the other thing about blinds I'm kind of skeptical about is whether or not you can actually tell what something is. Now I see a lot of guys out there that I follow in particular. I think that they know what they're drinking, or they can guess. It doesn't help that I have the visuals here, that I might be able to pick out what I'm going to be blinding. But at any rate, the bottom of the glasses are numbered 1 through 4. I've mixed these things around. I've had these sitting out for well more than an hour. I went out to the gym, I came back, I eat, and here I am with some Bob Ross in the background, because I like watching Bob Ross. Whatever, we might hear that. But anyway, without any further ado, we're going to get started, and I'm going to go from left to right for no particular reason other than I want to. So, now right out of the bat, I'm getting like buttercream. I'm getting like a creamy texture from the smell, very velvety from the nose. You know, there's caramel, vanilla, a little cinnamon spice. It's got a really nice nose. And again, you find yourself in your mind while you're doing this, and unfortunately, like I said, I had the visuals here, where I'm already thinking I know what this is. But let's see. Cheers. Wow. I'm actually getting some chocolate notes on the palate with this. Some chocolate. Chocolate, a little bit of spice, a little bit of oak presence to this. A little bit of soda, like a Coca-Cola. That's kind of what the pause was about. I was trying to figure it out. You ever have like a vanilla Coke? It started off chocolatey and then went to a vanilla Coke finish, which I thought was very interesting. It's good. Yeah. Coats the palate well. A little thin on the finish, but the oak resonates and the flavors definitely linger on the palate. even though the finish is a little bit thin. It's good. I'm going to take a break because what I want to do is I want to rinse my mouth with water. Clean your minds. I want to rinse the mouth, and I should have been more prepared. Be right back. Okay, and we're back, and we're on to second glass, left from right. Left to right, excuse me. This is a little bit more of a grape, a pungent grape. Grape, strawberry, but then there's a pungent note on the end of it, like a sour note. But mainly I'm getting fruit. Like I said, grape, strawberry, hint of vanilla. And it's opening up the sinuses pretty nicely. Cheers. Well, this one, call me crazy, but this one is like a root beer. I don't know what the soda thing's about, between the Coke note and now this kind of a root beer vibe that I'm getting on this. Yeah, it's totally kind of what I'm getting, like a root beer. And unfortunately, because it's all right here, like if I, my wife, she's not interested in this, so it's just me flying solo. So it's not like I can have somebody set this up for me like you would see on SLB when they do their blinds. They have somebody else set everything up, or even Bourbon Junkies, they do the same. They have their buddies put everything out, and they don't know what it is they're drinking. But yes, I guess maybe the fact that this is on the tabletop is kind of influencing my palate a little bit. So I'm saying all this because I probably already know, and I have a feeling that this might be the Cooper's. So, because I've never had it before. It's not bad. It's good. I mean, again, what lingers is the flavor of the root beer, and a little bit of that oak goes right up into the sinuses, and a little bit here. I'm not getting a huge whiskey hug out of this, but this is mainly just a root beer vibe. I wouldn't say it might be one or two dimensional. There's not a lot going on, but I'm enjoying the flavor. But I would think that this one is, because of the straightforwardness of the flavor, I would probably good as a mixer, and whatever. I'm getting way ahead of myself, guys. So let's get to number 3. Let me rinse this out. But it's good. It's good. Not much of a nose on this one at all. Good Lord. Yeah, I'm not getting much on the nose on this at all. I really have to stick this giant schnoz almost into the liquid to even get a hint of like a popcorn. I'm getting a lot of alcohol in the sinuses, but not much to this nose. So I don't know what to say about that one. Other than that, I'm not getting anything on the nose. Cool. Wow, palate is, you wouldn't, that palate's pretty good. I mean, not what I was expecting based on not getting anything on the nose, and not to beat a dead horse, but the flavors on this is pretty good. It's almost like a dark chocolate and a cherry profile to this. Obviously with a little bit of oak. Again, not a long finish on any of these. There's a heavier texture to the alcohol, to the liquid. It's, I don't know if that would mean that it's creamy, but this is dark chocolate with a cherry finish all day long. It's pretty good, and then you get like a solid. This has the most solid oak presence to it, where it's really kind of, now it's, I'm getting the full whiskey hug from this glass as opposed to the other two. Just to finish, it's just a bolder, stronger flavor. It's a definite dark chocolate presence to this, and it's good. I'm not hating on it at all. But I'll save my thoughts because I tend to ramble. So let me get through number 4. This glass, I'm getting a little bit more of those. I'm getting a lot of buttercream, stronger than on this guy. I'm getting bourbon vanilla if you want to call it that, or just vanilla, caramel, and some spices, maybe cinnamon, maybe a little nutmeg. It's a good nose. Definitely a little bit stronger than that one. Ooh. This one is very bold. Dark chocolate, but a little bit more of the baking spices. I'm getting a nut note. I can't really identify the nut. Let's just say it's nutty. This is the heaviest with the oak though. The oak is almost overpowering the flavor on this. I don't hate it, but it is extremely oaky. And I don't know, this glass is making me salivate a lot more than the other 3. And this is an easy blind for me in terms of what I like the best. I like this guy the best. It's just a little bit more subtle, a little bit more flavorful, a little bit more interesting, and it was a little bit more than two-dimensional. These other 3 were very, between Coke, vanilla, the vanilla Coke thing with a little chocolate, that was good too. This would be the runner-up. The root beer thing was good, but not enough if I was just sipping whiskey in and of itself, that I wouldn't want this ahead of this. And this one is just extremely strong, my goodness. And I'm curious to see what that one is the most, just because it's such a whiskey presence that her hug really gets to you. So, without any further ado, I've already got my answer key here, and I'm going to start with this guy because it's... Alright, so this is number 2. Wow, that's the E.H. Taylor. The E.H. Taylor I was sipping last week, and I really like that guy a lot. Wow. Shocker. Wow. Number 1 on this guy, New Riff. I should probably be putting some stuff up here as I edit so you can get a visual. So we got New Riff. And we got number 4, which is Cooper's. Cooper's. Wow. Did I think? No. I think I did think that was the Coopers, yeah. That was kind of predictable. And then my favorite of the bunch was number 3, the Bardstown. Go figure. How do you like that? And this is their Origin series, which is part of their... This is Kentucky Straight, yeah. This isn't one of their MGP products that they started off with. This is one of their straights. So Bardstown wins. Bardstown wins. Bottle and Bond, they win the Bottle and Bond battle. Not to say that these aren't good all on their own, but head to head, surprisingly enough, Bardstown came out to be the winner for me. And probably next in line would have been, yeah, I think it was the Coopers. Surprisingly enough. So there you go. That was the Coke and Vanilla guy, and New Riff was my root beer. I usually like New Riff, but I haven't had New Riff in a while. So a little bit of a surprising blind. I know this went a little bit long, but it was kind of fun. But what it kind of tells me is, yeah, it's probably better to do these blinds. You know, I mean, I got the black glasses, and I have a method that seems to work in terms of mixing these guys up. But I will say that it was a little bit of a surprise. Some of these were a surprise in terms of what I thought they were. So yeah, even though these guys were out here and I could see what I have on the tabletop, I was still pleasantly surprised at the end result. You know, did I think this was the Coopers? Yeah. Would the blind have been better probably without these on the bar top? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, this was more something that was fun for me and maybe for you as somebody who is looking to try something new, and you know these products. Maybe you want to go with this guy. I think I put a picture up where this guy is probably about $44, $41. This guy's $42. But so if you're going to spend $41, $42, maybe you want to steer towards this at $41, $42 because this came in number 1 on the blind. Or, you know, maybe something that I ate an hour ago. Like, I'm not going to lie, like an hour ago, I had a peanut butter sandwich. Is a peanut butter sandwich going to affect my palate a little bit an hour later? It could. I don't know. So maybe it's just all on a given day. But Bardstown wins, ladies and gentlemen. Bardstown wins. And hopefully I didn't bore you to death with this blind, and this was something that you found interesting. So give me a like, subscribe, and make a comment if this was something that sucked. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll get my planning together and I'll get something a little bit more interesting for you on the next video, and we'll make it a lot shorter. Take care, guys.